Some restaurant chains are quietly poisoning the dining experience. I put 18 major chains under the same microscope: kitchen practices, health records, ingredient quality, and pricing. 11 failed. Only 7 survived. One chain on this list faced death-related lawsuits and multiple forced shutdowns. Another managed to serve industrial cleaning chemicals to a customer instead of water. Let's start with the failures. Number 11, Outback Steakhouse. Outback Steakhouse built its brand on hand-cut steaks and that iconic bloomin' onion. The reality behind the kitchen doors tells a different story. Former employees say that steaks come pre-seasoned in vacuum-sealed bags. They sit for days before reaching your plate. As for that wood-fired flavor, it's actually liquid smoke and seasoning blends doing the heavy lifting. On top of that, many cuts are treated with chemical tenderizers to help hide lower quality beef. Then there's the bloomin' onion, 1,900 calories and 154 grams of carbs before your meal even starts. Nutritionists label it one of America's worst appetizers. It is loaded with trans fats that spike blood pressure instantly. And the health violations don't exactly help their case either. Multiple Midwest locations were cited in 2019 for improper food storage and cross-contamination. An Ohio location was temporarily shut down after inspectors found rodent droppings in dry storage. If you scroll through reviews, you'll find a steady stream of complaints about food poisoning and digestive issues. Outback wants you to think steakhouse quality. You're getting uneven beef, risky calorie bombs, and kitchens that sometimes fail health checks. But vacuum-sealed steak is nothing compared to what's being sold as fresh seafood. Number 10, Red Lobster. The uncomfortable truth is that almost nothing at Red Lobster is actually fresh. Shrimp arrives from Southeast Asian farms known for antibiotics and chemicals banned in U.S. aquaculture. Even the lobster is flash frozen for weeks before it ever reaches your plate. According to employees, fresh fish usually just means it was thawed earlier that morning. Most seafood gets microwaved or steamed in plastic bags, then plated to look hand-prepared. And those Cheddar Bay biscuits everyone craves? Each one packs 150 calories of cheap butter substitutes and shortening. Eat 3 before dinner, and you've consumed 450 calories of processed junk. Red Lobster also got caught mislabeling fish. In 2016, DNA testing showed that their lobster bisque had langostino. Langostino is a cheaper crustacean, not a real lobster. After the scandal broke, they quietly adjusted their menu descriptions. You're not eating fresh coastal cuisine. You're eating frozen, mislabeled seafood, prepared the fastest, cheapest way possible. You may think frozen seafood is bad, but wait until you see what's behind the healthy bakery cafe branding. If you've been finding value so far, please hit subscribe. Done? All right, let's continue. Number 9, Panera Bread. To be fair, the bread does bake on site. That part is true, but almost everything else shows up frozen and ready to reheat. Former managers report that soups come in bags that are microwaved and then poured into containers. Mac and cheese? Frozen and reheated. Those artisan sandwiches use pre-sliced bulk deli meat. Back in 2017, Panera launched its so-called clean food campaign, promising no artificial additives. Investigations found hidden sugars, caramel coloring, and preservatives still loaded throughout the menu. Their Asian sesame salad contains 31 grams of sugar, more than a Coke. The Frontega chicken panini packs 1,360 milligrams of sodium, nearly 60% of your daily limit. Then things got even uglier with the charged lemonade scandal. A customer died after drinking one in 2023. The large size contained 390 milligrams of caffeine, more than 3 Red Bulls, but wasn't clearly labeled. Multiple hospitalizations followed before Panera pulled it. And to make matters worse, the pricing adds insult to injury. You're paying $12 to $15 for reheated frozen food in small portions. The healthy branding is smoke and mirrors. Panera isn't a bakery cafe. It's fast food with better lighting, but even Panera looks decent compared to the nostalgia graveyard coming next. Number 8, TGI Fridays. TGI Fridays filed for bankruptcy in November 2024 with $37 million in debt. The food quality collapse was years in the making. Former employees say this is when the chain quietly stopped hand-breading chicken tenders altogether. Instead, they now use frozen ones straight from the freezer. Ribs arrive pre-cooked and just get reheated with a quick glaze before plating. Mozzarella sticks, wings, and appetizers, all frozen and microwaved. One Indiana location was forced to close by health inspectors in October 2024 after repeated violations. Managers walked out in droves. One location lost 3 managers in a single day. The company ran through 3 CEOs in 3 months in 2023. Each tried unusual menu changes, such as adding sushi to a burger and ribs restaurant. If you read customer reviews, the complaints are absolutely brutal. TGI Fridays isn't bouncing back. It's circling the drain, but bankruptcy is almost merciful compared to what the next chain did to its customers. Number 7, Bob Evans. Bob Evans marketed itself on homestyle comfort food. That promise didn't fade. It flat out died years ago. A 2012 meatloaf incident resulted in a wrongful death lawsuit. 2 customers in West Virginia ate the meatloaf, got violently ill 9 hours later, ended up in the ER, then a rehab center, and both died within months. The family sued for over $250,000. Bob Evans quietly settled. You'd think a major lawsuit would force real change, but that never happened. A Florida location got caught in October 2024, reheating expired green beans in the microwave. An inspector observed a cook touching toast with unwashed hands, fresh off drying them on a soiled apron. 15 flies swarmed the dishwashing area. In Ohio, a kitchen fire in March 2024 revealed serious contamination. Inspectors condemned the whole grill line and shut down the restaurant. Customers regularly complain about raw pancakes, cold eggs, burnt hash browns, and mysterious debris appearing on plates. Bob Evans isn't homestyle. It's a reheating station with a country aesthetic. But reheated food is one thing. What comes next is straight up health hazard territory. Number 6, Denny's. Denny's serves breakfast 24/7, which sounds convenient until you realize the same processed ingredients get cycled through that kitchen around the clock. Health inspectors condemned 125 pounds of food at a Houston location in 2018 after finding that everything in the walk-in cooler had been stored at dangerously warm temperatures for hours. A Florida Denny's racked up violations in October 2025 for keeping cooked sausage, eggs, and cheese at temperatures high enough to breed bacteria. Multiple locations have been cited for mold in ice machines, the kind of sanitation failure that suggests deeper kitchen problems. The menu is massive, and that's your first warning sign. No restaurant can execute 100+ items well when speed matters more than quality. Pancake batter comes from industrial mixes. Sausage patties are formed and frozen weeks before they hit your plate. Hash browns get pulled from bags and dumped on the flat top. At the end of the day, everything here is built for assembly line speed, not quality. Denny's works if you're desperate at 3 a.m. and nothing else is open. Otherwise, keep driving. And if you thought health code failures were bad, wait until you see what the next chain passes off as authentic Asian cuisine. Number 5, P.F. Chang's. Conagra recalled nearly 120,000 pounds of P.F. Chang's frozen beef in 2022 after customers found orange chicken in bags labeled beef and broccoli. Later that year, they recalled another 195,000 pounds when metal fragments showed up in the sugar supplier's shipment. Small pieces of metal, 2 to 9 millimeters, were found embedded in sauces. No injuries were reported. Still, metal contamination at an industrial scale says a great deal about how this food is produced. But honestly, the pricing is the real insult here. Entrees run $18 to $25 for a glorified Panda Express with tablecloths. Family dinners easily hit $70, sometimes more. What do you get? Overcooked protein, undersized portions, and the privilege of paying premium prices for mediocre execution. Even delivery orders tend to arrive cold, which tells you a lot about how this food is actually prepared. The Maumee, Ohio, location even made the local dirty dining list for health violations. You're not eating authentic Asian fusion. You're eating assembly line frozen food with mood lighting and a 400% markup. But metal fragments in the sauce seem almost tame compared to the health risk at the next spot. Number 4. Ruby Tuesday. Ruby Tuesday filed for bankruptcy in 2020, closing more than half of its locations. The food quality had deteriorated long before the lawyers arrived. A Powell, Tennessee location scored a 65 on inspection, an outright failing grade. Inspectors found moldy grapes soaking in dirty water. The manager claimed they were trying to wash off the mold. That didn't work. Dishes marked as clean had a foggy coating. Hundreds to over 1,000 gnats infested every part of the restaurant. Even the menu itself eventually became part of the problem. Ruby Tuesday tried desperately to compete by adding endless options: burgers, ribs, pasta, seafood, endless salad bar. But kitchens couldn't handle the variety. Once that happened, quality control completely fell apart. The famous salad bar, once their signature draw, began to look tired and picked over by mid-afternoon. Ingredients sat out too long, dressings tasted cheap and bottled. Ruby Tuesday reduced its locations from 436 to 212. Annual sales dropped to $288 million. The chain isn't recovering. It's dying location by location, one failed strategy at a time. But Ruby Tuesday's slow death looks peaceful compared to the outbreak history coming up. Number 3, Chipotle. Chipotle built its brand on food with integrity. The E. coli outbreaks, norovirus, and salmonella scandals told a different story. Between 2015 and 2018, Chipotle became a food safety nightmare. Multiple E. coli outbreaks sickened dozens across several states. Norovirus hit a Boston location so hard that 140 people got sick, including students from Boston College. Salmonella linked to contaminated tomatoes affected customers in Minnesota. The CDC investigated repeatedly. Chipotle's stock price collapsed, and the brand spent years trying to rebuild trust. And the food itself? It's wildly inconsistent from one location to the next. Some locations serve fresh ingredients with proper portions. Others skimp so badly that a $12 bowl feels like a snack. Rice often sits in warmers for hours until it dries out and turns crusty. Chicken arrives overcooked and underseasoned. Guacamole turns brown by mid-afternoon. Beans come straight from industrial-sized cans. Dive into their reviews, and patterns emerge fast. Emergency bathroom trips, and laughably small portions for the price. Chipotle markets its food as fresh, but delivers pre-portioned, assembly line food with a dangerous track record. For $15, you deserve better than cafeteria-quality burrito bowls with a side of food poisoning risk. But Chipotle's outbreak record is nothing compared to the scandal sheet at number 2. Number 2, Olive Garden. A 2023 lawsuit made headlines when a Michigan man bit into minestrone soup and found what appeared to be a rat's paw. He vomited in the restaurant and ended up in the ER. He sued for $25,000. In 2013, a similar incident occurred. A cyclospora parasite outbreak linked to Olive Garden salads affected hundreds in Iowa and Nebraska. And before that, an E. coli outbreak. And even if you don't walk out with a parasite, you are still being poisoned. The shrimp Frito Misto appetizer contains 5,010 milligrams of sodium, more than double the recommended daily limit. The chicken tortellini Alfredo packs 3,720 milligrams in a single serving. Registered dietitians have publicly called out these sodium levels as outright dangerous. A former 10-year employee went viral on TikTok, exposing kitchen secrets: canned mystery chicken, microwave reheated vegetables and meats, and slug problems with soda machines. She claimed adults regularly vomit at their tables from the food. Olive Garden isn't Italian. It's an assembly line with marinara. But as bad as rat paws and parasites are, the number 1 spot takes the crown for pure deception. Number 1, Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel wants you to think of home-style comfort food. What you're actually getting is reheated leftovers, frozen sides, and a corporate scandal sheet longer than the menu. A 2025 investigation revealed managers were ordered to reserve leftover food to new customers, Employees admitted they were told to reheat sides that other diners had already rejected and to plate them as fresh. The Kalamazoo, Michigan, location closed permanently after 11. Customers became ill from salmonella outbreaks in 2017 to 2018. Health departments shut it down twice before giving up entirely. In Tennessee, a customer was served industrial cleaning chemical Ecosan instead of water. The toxic substance burned his mouth and throat. Cracker Barrel lost a $9.4 million lawsuit over that incident. The gift shop accounts for 17% of revenue. You're subsidizing overpriced trinkets with every meal. Meanwhile, their profit margin sits at just 1.65%. And income has dropped nearly 60% year over year. Cracker Barrel isn't a restaurant. It's a themed gift shop selling frozen food and labeling it home style. Skip it entirely. These 11 restaurants deserve to be avoided, but after running the same checks across major chains, 7 restaurants didn't trigger the same red flags. Here are the restaurants that barely made it out. Number 7, Waffle House. Want to spot quality before ordering? Count menu pages. One page means the kitchen focuses on doing things right. Kitchens can't maintain quality across endless options. Waffle House runs a tiny menu, and that's exactly why it works. Everything gets cooked fresh to order right in front of you. The kitchen is small, the menu is limited, and the staff can cook maybe 15 items. But those 15 things are done well because they're cooked fresh every single time. Eggs are cracked to order. Hash browns are shredded and cooked on the flat top. Waffles are made from scratch batter. Very little is frozen. Nothing is batch microwaved. You watch your food get made, and that transparency is rare in chain restaurants. Consistency is really Waffle House's secret weapon. Whether you're in Georgia or Arizona, the food tastes the same because the prep method is identical. It's not fancy, it's not gourmet, but it's honest. And in a world of frozen, reheated garbage, honest food is refreshing. But if you want even better quality, some local eateries blow Waffle House out of the water. Number 6, mom and pop and local diners. Independent restaurants avoid many of the system failures you just saw. Fresh, hand-prepared meals with real culinary pride and none of the corporate nonsense. These places don't have frozen supply chains or corporate menus dictating every ingredient. The owner is in the kitchen or working the floor. Menus are smaller because everything is cooked from scratch. Biscuits are baked fresh. Gravy is made from pan drippings. Meatloaf is mixed and formed in-house. Recipes are family traditions or chef-driven creations. You're eating food that someone genuinely cares about. Service also feels personal in a way that chains just can't replicate. Staff know regulars by name. The owner stops by your table. There's accountability because the restaurant's reputation is its entire livelihood. Every customer matters. If the food is bad, they don't last. If it's great, they build a loyal customer base for decades. Surprisingly, pricing is often lower, while quality is significantly higher than at franchises. A $12 breakfast at a local diner destroys a $15 breakfast at Bob Evans. A $15 dinner at a mom-and-pop spot outperforms a $20 meal at Olive Garden every time. If you see a place that's been around 20 plus years with a packed parking lot, that's where you eat. Freshness, flavor, and authenticity aren't marketing gimmicks here. They're the foundation. But if you need something faster, some chains actually get it right. Number 5, Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A gets some things remarkably right, even if it's not perfect. Every chicken breast is hand-breaded in each restaurant daily. No pre-breaded frozen patties. The chicken is real breast meat. It has no fillers, artificial preservatives, or steroids. It was raised with no antibiotics important to human medicine. Fresh produce gets delivered multiple times per week. Salads are prepared throughout the day, not sitting in bags. The lemonade is made fresh daily with just 3 ingredients: lemon juice, pure cane sugar, and water. That said, critics note that a typical sandwich contains nearly 100 ingredients, including the breading, bun, and pickle juice marinade. There are about 18 preservatives, including TBHQ, a chemical derived from butane. The ice cream dessert contains trans fats, caramel coloring, and artificial colors, so it's not perfect. But compared to chains serving frozen, reheated garbage, Chick-fil-A stands out for hand-breading chicken and maintaining cleanliness standards. If you're eating fast food, this is one of the better options available. Number 4, Whataburger. Whataburger is proof that fast food doesn't have to mean low quality. Everything is made to order, and the consistency across locations is impressive. The burgers are fresh, never frozen. Vegetables are sliced on site. Buns are toasted to order. The menu is simple enough that quality control is straightforward. You're not getting gourmet food, but you're getting honest, well-executed fast food that tastes the same whether you're in Texas or Arizona. That consistency isn't an accident. It's the result of strong training and management standards. The brand has a cult following for a reason. Whataburger delivers on its promises. The flavors are classic American: beef, cheese, pickles, onions, ketchup, and mustard. Prices are fair for what you're getting, and the portions are generous without being wasteful. Since BDT Capital Partners acquired the chain in 2019, some longtime fans have complained that quality has declined. But compared to the avoid list, Whataburger still maintains that nostalgic home-style flavor despite being a large chain. Number 3, Five Guys. Five Guys doesn't mess around. Burgers and fries are made from fresh ingredients daily, and you can taste the difference. The beef is fresh. There are no freezers at any location, only coolers. Fries are cut from whole potatoes on site every single day. Toppings are prepped fresh. Everything is cooked to order, so you may wait a bit longer, but the quality is worth it. There are no heat lamps, no frozen patties. You're eating food that was made specifically for you. Customization is another area where Five Guys shines. You can load your burger with as many free toppings as you want: grilled onions, mushrooms, jalapenos, pickles, lettuce, and tomatoes. The menu is simple, but the combinations are endless. And the fries? They give you so much that one order is enough for 2 people. It's almost obnoxious how many fries they dump in the bag. Pricing at Five Guys is higher than that of typical fast food. $12 to $15 for a burger, fries, and a drink. But you're getting food that's actually worth that price. Five Guys proves that fresh ingredients and simple prep methods win every time. Number 2, Culver's. Culver's keeps it straightforward. Fresh ingredients cooked when you order. Management maintains the same standards whether you're in their home state of Wisconsin or a franchise across the country. The burgers are made from fresh beef. The chicken is real, not pressed or formed. Sides like cheese curds and onion rings are hand battered, and the frozen custard is made fresh daily. Culver's doesn't cut corners, and it shows. Staff training is strong, and turnover is lower than in most fast food chains. That means service is consistently friendly and efficient. Locations are clean and well managed, and they feel more like sit-down restaurants than fast food joints. The menu is simple enough to maintain quality control, but varied enough to keep things interesting. Prices are slightly higher than McDonald's or Burger King, but you're getting significantly better food. A meal at Culver's costs about the same as Panera or Chipotle, but the ingredients are fresher and the portions are bigger. If you're going to spend $12 on fast food, Culver's is one of the best options available, period. Finally, the absolute gold standard of fast food done right. Nothing beats number 1. Number 1, In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out Burger is the gold standard for what fast food should be. Fresh ingredients, 0 freezers, and a commitment to quality that hasn't changed since 1948. The beef is 100% USDA ground chuck, free of additives, fillers, and preservatives. In-N-Out grinds its meat on site and makes every patty fresh. No freezers exist in any location, just coolers. That's why the burgers taste different from those of other chains. Fries are cut from whole potatoes right in front of you and cooked in 100% sunflower oil. Lettuce is hand-leafed. Buns are baked using slow-rising sponge dough. Everything is made to order, one burger at a time. On top of that, the secret menu adds another layer of customization fans love. Animal-style burgers and fries, protein-style lettuce wraps, 3x3 and 4x4 options, all customizable with fresh toppings at no extra charge. A double-double meal runs around $10, while comparable quality elsewhere costs $15 to $20. In-N-Out is fully family-owned and has no franchise locations, which is why quality control remains excellent. They've deliberately refused to expand too fast or go public, choosing quality over rapid growth. That's why they consistently top customer satisfaction surveys. When you choose quality over profit, people notice, and they keep coming back. What you just watched isn't random. Frozen food shortcuts, dirty kitchens, and deceptive marketing don't just hurt customers, they destroy entire companies. And that destruction is already happening. In my next video, I'm breaking down 17 fast food chains collapsing in 2026 from bankruptcies and mass shutdowns.